aprender e estudar em casa. Hi students, welcome back to our class. Well, how are you? I'm good, thanks. Well, as always, you know, I have to remind you to keep saving your health. Yeah, by wearing your mask, wash your hands, and keep social distance. Today's summary, we will learn something new. Reflexive pronouns. Yes, we will see what are they. We are having some exercise and homework. Our lesson was based on this source here. Please consult them or ask help for your teacher, okay? Today, I brought a text, a small one, and I invite you to read it with me. My birthday. My birthday was on Sunday, and I decided to decorate our flat myself. I colored the paper and made beautiful circles to put them on the walls. I drew funny faces myself and put them on the chairs. My mother helped me to lay the table. She cooked a very tasty cake herself and put it in the middle of the table. I arranged the plates, the forks, the knives, and the cups myself. My brother presented me a new CD with lovely music. When my friends came, we listened to the music, ate cake, drank tea, talked. We enjoyed ourselves at my birthday. Such a nice text, right? Yes, it's talking about someone else's birthday. If you notice, there's some green words like myself, herself, ourselves. Yes. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever heard this sentence, me, myself, and I? Yes. Myself is referring to me. Me, Lindsay. And when we heard this expression, we are talking about a reflexive pronoun. What is a reflexive pronoun? You may ask. Well, let's discover it. Reflexive pronouns we use when the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. When the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. We have an example. We enjoyed ourselves at my birthday. Let's analyze this sentence. We here is the subject of a sentence. Is who or what the sentence is about. It's about we. And ourselves is the object of the sentence. Is also referring to we. That's why it's the reflexive pronoun. Okay? Moving on. Here we have the uses of reflexive pronouns. First, reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and the object refer to the same thing. For example, you may cut yourself. Yourself is referring to you. We will enjoy ourselves in the party. Ourselves is related to will as well. 2. Reflexive pronouns may be used as the object of a preposition. Example, he made a cup of coffee for himself. See, himself comes after for. That is a preposition. She did the job by herself. And 3. Reflexive pronouns are also used for emphasis. In this case, they are called intensive pronouns. And intensive pronouns can be removed without changing the meaning of the sentence. For example, I made the king himself. He sent a letter himself. In this case, if we remove himself or himself of the two sentences, it will not change the meaning. That's why it's an intensive pronoun. But what is an intensive pronoun? Well, intensive pronoun, they are reflexive pronouns as well, but they are used to emphasize the subject in a sentence, often in the sense of, and not someone else. Is an intensive pronoun because the sentence it is part of will not change in meaning significantly if you remove it, just like I said before, according to the examples. Here we have some examples. Jack made his supper himself. No one else did it for him. 2. I closed the store on Saturday myself. I didn't have an employee to do it. And 3, we ourselves were forced to pilot the boat to safety. Perhaps the captain was indisposed. See, even though you remove the intensive pronoun, the meaning will not change. It will keep the same. Moving on. Here I have the list of reflexive pronouns. The first, we have the subject pronouns or the personal pronouns, and the second one, we have the reflexive pronouns. Let's analyze it. We have, do you remember the personal pronouns? So if you don't, let's remind them now. We have I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Remember now? Yes. So for each subject pronoun, we have its reflexive pronoun. So let's see. I, myself. You, yourself. He, himself. She, herself. It, itself. Notice that for the first person singular till the third person singular, the finishing of the reflexive pronoun is self with an F. But when we start here at the first person plural, it changes. Like we, ourselves. Pay attention. Ourselves, it's plural. You, yourselves. And they, themselves. Easy, right? Yes, very easy. Remember, they are used to do what? Yes, when the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. So feel free to use them according to the subject, right? Well, after the explanation, it's obvious that we are going to practice, right? So, I have here such a good exercise for you, very suitable, just to check if you understood what we are learning today, okay? So, the first exercise, you have to choose right with an R or wrong, W, and you have to correct the wrong ones. Pay attention. Here we have some sentences, they are not correct. So, pay attention and then you will correct them. A says, we clean the room ourselves. Please pay attention on the personal pronoun and the reflexive pronoun as well, to see if they are matching. B, he opened the door herself. C, I bought this picture myself. D, they made the cake himself. And E, you made this photo myself. Well, be careful, right? As I said, there are some wrong sentences. Please pay attention so you can correct them correctly. So, I will give you some time, and we will be back to correct them, right? Done, students? Good. I know that you are smart. Yes, so let's correct them. So, A, we clean the room ourselves. Is it wrong or right? Let's see. Well, this sentence is right because, remember, we ourselves. Good. B, he opened the door herself. Is it wrong or right? Well, the sentence is wrong because he, yes, cannot be herself, but he opened the door himself. Herself, when we're talking about a she. See, I bought this picture myself. Is it right or wrong? Yes, it's right. Yeah. D, they made the cake himself. They, himself, let's see. Yeah, obviously it's wrong. So, they made the cake themselves. Remember, themselves. They, themselves. The third person plural. And the last one, you made this photo myself. Right or wrong? Yes, it's wrong. So, the correct answer should be yes. You made this photo yourself. Very good. That's it. See, it's very easy. So let's move on to the second exercise. Here, different from the first one, you are supposed to fill in the necessary pronoun. Remember, I, you, he, yes. So you are supposed to fill the sentence with the necessary pronoun. So, first of all, we have A, has cut his finger himself. Here we have himself. Pay attention on the reflexive pronoun and you will know which pronoun you should use here. B, did my homework myself. C, brought this flower herself. D, clean our flat ourselves. E, washed my hair myself. F, takes care of himself, and the last one, G, turned blue itself. Pay attention on the reflexive pronoun and you will know which pronoun you will use here. So, I will give you some time, right? Yes. So let's correct. Let's see, what did you do here? Which pronoun did you use? First one, A. We have himself, so which pronoun is suitable here? Let's see. Yes, he has cut his finger himself. He, himself. If you use the box that I gave you, you will not have problem here. B. I did my homework myself. I, myself. Me, myself, and I. Remember? Yes. C. She brought this flower herself. Good. D. We cleaned our flat ourselves. Remember how we end the first person plural? Selves. E. I washed my hair myself. F. He takes care of himself. And the last one, G. It turned blue itself. See? Very easy and simple. As I said before, if you use the box that I gave you before, you will be able to do this exercise without problem. For homework, I have here such an interesting exercise for you. Here, you have to be careful because there's a lot of mistakes in the sentence and you are supposed to find the mistake and correct it. One we have, I do my homework himself. Is it correct? I don't know. 2, he sweeps the floor herself. 3, we can cut the flowers ourselves. 4, you drew the cat itself. 5, they were ashamed of myself. 6, we learned to swim themselves. 7, I can't do it herself. And the last one, 8, he wrote this poem ourselves. As I said, all the sentences are wrong. So it's up to you to find the mistake and correct them, right? Our lesson, let's do a brief summary. So, what did you see today? Well, today we were talking about reflexive pronouns, and we saw them. We use a reflexive pronoun as a direct object when the object is the same as the subject of the verb. For example, I fell over and hurt myself. Be careful with that knife. You may cut yourself. And we talk about intensive pronoun as well. So we saw that reflexive pronouns are used to emphasize the subject in a sentence. And if we remove it from a sentence, it will not change the meaning significantly. For example, Jack made his supper himself. No one else did it for him. Let me remind you again. If you have doubts, consult the box that I gave you before. It is very useful for you and it will help you to do the sentence. So, this was our lesson at Aprender e Estudar em Casa. Students, it's been very funny to be here with you. Please be safe and see you next class.